Hey, Jonathan here. Welcome to part 4 of this series on how to make a video sharing app with Flutter and Firebase. Last time we managed to create a cloud function that communicates with Publitio API for the video transcoding. And now we basically have left to do some UI adjustments in the client. For example, adding a upload progress bar and adding the video player to show the videos. And yeah, that's about it. So let's get going. First thing I'm going to do is add the display of the progress bar in the video list. So currently the main thing returning from the video list under the stream builder is a list view. So I'm going to wrap this with a column. I want the progress bar to appear above the list. So I'm going to add an indicator, a boolean, to the state called uploading when it's uploading. And actually, I'm just going to write it here. So linear progress bar, progress indicator, with the value of upload progress. And now we can add these fields to the state. Create field, uploading. So that's a boolean, initialize as false, and add this field, upload progress, which will be a double, initialized as 0. And we can save this. Now it's probably crashing because I didn't tell it what the size of the list is. So this should be wrapped with expanded. So the list will take all the available space under the progress bar. Okay, so now uploading is false, so we can't see anything. If we initialize uploading as true, we will be able to see the progress bar at the top, which is currently empty. So we can see the progress bar underneath here. So now we need to update the status when we are starting the upload. So the upload is starting here. Upload to storage. So I can set state uploading true. And we're going to set the state as uploading false. Here, so a common pitfall would be if there's some exception thrown in the stored stuff, the uploading is going to stay stuck as true. So a better suggestion would be to add a try and catch here, and we don't even have to do anything in the catch. But we're setting the state back to false in finally, so this is guaranteed to happen no matter what happens here. And we need to set the default back to false. And now the only thing left is to update the upload progress. So how are we going to do that? So in this method, in which we are saving the file to storage, there's a simple await put file here. And what we need to do is break it up into 2 steps. So then we can extract the we can listen to the update snapshots. So final upload task. And notice I'm not awaiting this here. I'm just getting the upload task that is returned from put file. And in the end, I can await the upload task. So this doesn't change the overall structure for anyone calling the function from outside. But now in the middle here, I can insert upload task dot snapshots events listen. This listens to the snapshot events, and I can check if the event state is running. Then I can compute the progress. Using the bytes transferred divided by the total bytes. So now the only thing left is to update the state. But this is tricky because I don't have access to the state because I'm in the DAL class. So what I need to do is add a parameter here. Required function on progress updated. Now I can call it on progress updated with a new progress value. And from the outside, I can copy this. And you notice I changed it to named parameters. So file.file and the on progress updated will be a function that gets the progress and sets the state progress. How did I call it? Upload progress. Okay, now it's compiling. And so in the end of this process, I'm going to, wherever I'm setting upload to false, I'm also going to set upload progress to back to 0. And I think that's it. So let's check if it works. So we can see the upload updating here, and it's finished. So now we can see the new file added here. It's processing. Okay, so the progress bar is working well. Another thing we can do is cancel the ability to upload more than one file at a time, because we only have one progress bar. So obviously we could implement multiple uploads simultaneously, but it's simpler for now to just cancel the option. So if I check uploading, then on pressed is null, so it cancels the button, makes it disabled, and if not, you upload the video as usual. So you might have noticed that the videos have been created privately, so after 24 hours their access token expires. So let's quickly fix that. So in our index upload video function, we can change the privacy to 1, which means they are public. So as in YouTube, so in FluteTube, all the files are public, and this should fix the access token problem for the next videos we upload. I'm gonna deploy this quickly. Deploy. Sorry, we need to be in the right folder. Okay, back to the UI. Video list. So let's do a quick improvement in the app bar and change the style of the text. So we can give it the color black and the background color white, so it will look similar to what I showed you in the start of the series. And a little bit closer to the how YouTube looks. Colors. What's the problem here? Okay, and the background color needs to be white of the app bar. Color is white. Okay, starting to get there, and let's give it a leading icon. Something that looks like YouTube. Smart display. With a red color. And some size. Commas for the automatic indentation. Let's see how this looks. Okay, that's nice. Now, this floating action button will obscure parts of the video, so I'm gonna move it up here to the app bar, into the actions. Oops, actions, so that's an array, and let's find our floating action button. And just cut it. Remove this line and put this into our actions. I'm going to change it to an icon button select the icon. We already have the icon here. And we don't need the child. And let's give it the color black. Is it inside? Yeah. Color black. Again, comma. I can save this. On press doesn't change. Tooltip doesn't change. This is actually upload video. And now we can see the button here that does the same thing. So now it's time to add the video player. So whenever I click on the thumbnail, I wanted to open a new screen using a route that will show the video player. So let's first add the video player package. And we're going to use Chewie as the UI layer above the video player that wraps video player and adds Chewie adds some UI buttons and an ability to choose subtitles or change speed. It's just a better experience. And let's go now to the video item and add a gesture detector to the image of the video, to the thumbnail. Gesture detector. And we can add an on tap. And this on tap will only, so this is only shown when the video has in fact finished processing, so we can be sure that the video exists. Navigator.push. So we're gonna create a new route basically. Material page route with the builder that function gets a context, return, and I'm just gonna do a container for now. I'm gonna use that to extract the widget to a new page. So I know I'm going to have to send the video as a argument into this widget. So now we can use the quick actions to extract widget to a new file. Let's call it player. Okay, so now let's go to this and I can see the class player, extract it. This is more efficient than writing all the boilerplate code for a new widget, at least in my opinion. And importing video info. So this already adds the required parameter of video info that is sent as an input. Now this returns a container, so we can start building what we want to be displayed with the video player. So it's important to remember that this is a new scaffold, so we're going out of the widget tree that we previously had, and we need to build a new scaffold or else we won't have any scaffold. So I'm going to give it a background color of black because that's the common thing to do when playing a video, and the body is Chewie. import Chewie controller. So this needs a controller, and I'm going to use the quick actions again to create this state field. And this needs a comma, and this can't define the constructor non-final fields. Okay. Okay, of course. So this needs to be a stateful widget because I just added a state to it. And now I can define this as a Chewie controller. Make it nullable, and in our init state we need to initialize the player. Because I want to use a few async stuff, I need to call a function which will be async. Create method async. I like to keep the functions above the build, just my preference. I'm writing JavaScript again. Okay, so initialize player. Chewie controller needs to be initialized, and we need to send it another parameter, which is another controller, which is the video player controller, which is the underlying implementation. So we can also add autoplay and looping false. And now we need to initialize this one. Create a field. Video player controller. Again, nullable. And it needs to be initialized here. Video player controller.network with the URL, which is our. Okay, so we don't have the field yet, so we need to get it from the database. So let's add a field, video URL, create field. Why is this still? So this is nullable. So by this stage we know it's been initialized because we will await video player controller dot initialize. Again, we already know it's not null here, and we need to remember also to implement dispose, and here we need to dispose of both the controllers. Now here I'm going to use the soft nullable, the conditional property access. So this means that if for some reason we are disposing an already null controller, then it just won't happen. And just to be sure, just to be safe, I'm gonna nullify them again. And we can use the exclamation mark here because we know, actually no, we don't know. So by this stage the Chewie controller can be either initialized or uninitialized, so we need to handle this case. Let's check if it's null. So I'm gonna give it just a simple circular progress indicator. Yeah, and if not, then we can show the controller, and here we are past the null check. Okay, and so this is basically the player, and now we just need to handle the missing field in video info, which we just added. This is the video URL. And in our DAL, which is where we map from the database to video info, now we can add the URL, data. So this will be the video URL. Let's see what it is here. Yeah, so this is M3U8. This is an HLS stream. So when I add this video URL, it will get the HLS stream from the Firebase entry. Now I need to import the player, and now the video URL. So I can know that by this stage, if I actually accessed the this widget, I already have a video thumbnail, which means that I probably have a video URL. I mean, there could be some error where the thumbnail returns but the video URL doesn't. I'm not going to handle this now. This is up to you. Let's run this again. So in order to test the actual video playback, I'm going to use a connection to a physical device because it just doesn't work well inside an emulator. So when running on my Android device, I can already see a problem here with the display of a long video title. So let's fix that quickly. So I'm going to find the row that has the video name display, and the problem is that if this is too large, there is nothing to prevent it from making the row bigger than the screen. So you can solve this by basically the spacer's job is to push the button to the right. So I can remove this and expand the text row to take all available space, expanded, and I can add an overflow as text overflow ellipsis, and now the problem is solved. This just takes all the available space, and let's see what happens when I click on a video. So right now I'm seeing a problem that the I'm not seeing any errors down here, but the spinner is staying indefinitely. So let's look at the initialization code. We can see that the Chewie player has been initialized, and the condition here looks okay, but we haven't updated the state after setting it. So that's a very common pitfall with Flutter, and now we can see that it's showing. I'll click it again and it's playing fine. Let's test the other one. Okay, so this about wraps it up for this video sharing app series. Hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have any comments, any feedback, I'd love to hear it. You can leave a comment below, and if you want to get more of those, then please subscribe to the channel. You can also leave a comment with an idea or a suggestion for a new tutorial on a subject that interests you. So see you later. Bye.